Hello friends, hello flightsimers, welcome back to the channel and good morning from New York, JFK, where we are sitting here on the apron with the beautiful PMDG 777-300 in Qatar liveries and not the basic ones. No, this is the rather new special livery featuring the Formula One partnership that Qatar Airways has with the F1 brand, and this, I have to say, is a pretty neat livery. I think it's among the special ones they had so far. It's probably my favorite one. It's hard to see it from here, but if we move a bit closer, the black is not simply black, it's like a carbon kind of finish. It's super cool. And yeah, sitting here in JFK, obviously going on the long haul today over to Doha. But before we talk about the flight itself, yeah, let's enjoy the scene a little bit. So we are obviously here sitting at iniBuilds JFK airport. I'm logged onto the network, although it is rather empty at the moment, no controllers. So I've given us some additional parked aircrafts by FSLTL. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this flight, guys. Pretty much because I feel like the sim right now is the best sim I ever had. I'm enjoying it so much, mainly due to me recently adding the Rex Atmos Core, which makes a huge difference. I was not aware before that it makes such a big difference, but it does, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And now we even have Chaseplane for Microsoft 2024, which also makes the camera movement so much nicer. At the same time, performance got a whole lot better. I'm sure you all saw the videos which are online already regarding the DLSS 4.5, I think it is, improving the performance and the visual quality of yeah, essentially the primary flight display, or the other displays as well, of course, but we will mainly notice it on the PFT. And so this sim is really great. I mean, I am maxed out in terms of performance here. You can see back there some stuff is not loading in. My graphic cards is at its maximum limit, and I think that's mainly due to my limited VRAM of 12 gigs. I hope that I can maybe upgrade my graphic card anytime soon. Let's see, no promises yet. And yeah, additionally, I will not even stop here. Additionally, we have, although that's really far away, the New York pack with the custom buildings all the way back there. They will not play a big role today, unfortunately. But yeah, all this combined makes this sim incredibly nice, in my opinion. Yeah, so only thing I'm bothered about is why did they not bring the container loaders? That is a little hiccup here, but never mind. Alright, guys. I would say let's get right to it. Alright then, here we are in the flight deck. Quickly had to restart. The sim had a bit of a technical issue, but that's solved now. So yeah, here we are. Let's kick off on the overhead. ADIRUs coming on. And I believe all the other stuff is good as it is for the time being. Then we have, yeah, I floated or initialized the flight here on the EFB. I think that's always the first step to do. So here we go, and yeah, departure weather. Let's check it out. So 260-18, gusting 28, so very gusty conditions here at 8 degrees. 3000 is the altimeter.
Passengers boarding.
And I think that's peak wind, probably 250 or 28 at 1745. Is that what it reads? I think it does. Right. So that's that, and I think that's gonna be the departure runway 22 right. I believe it is. Let's come in here. Pause in it. GPS position. So that's in there. Route, request, sim brief. This looks good. So set fuel 100.6, quick fueling here, and then set payload as well. And that is set. Requesting. In the meantime, OFP. So there's some really cool stuff on here, I can promise you guys, because look at this. Average wind 271 at 104. 100 knots of tailwind on average throughout the flight. That is crazy. So I think we will have around 200 knots tailwind during the Atlantic crossing when we are in the jet stream. So flight time 11 hours 28, which is still a decently long flight, but honestly when I decided to do this flight I was expecting a much longer flight time actually. And I wonder what the flight time is on the outbound flight towards JFK. It's probably like 15 hours or something in that range. But yeah, that's crazy tailwinds for today. And this being put together still means we are almost 50 tons shy, or well, 45 tons shy of max takeoff weight. It is always surprising me how performant the 777-300 is. Right, then we have ETOPS flight, of course, although that's towards the first bit of our flight, so I don't think it has any fuel considerations we need to take. Bunch of SIGMATs. I should really go through those as well, but yeah, never mind. And for the arrival, they are decently good conditions. Nothing crazy here. Okay, yeah, I think ETOPS is above that. I'm never able to find it. It's the performance. It's somewhere on here, but yeah, we will put in the range ring for the alternate airports if I'm actually able to find it at some point. I think that was ETOPS. So that's let's look it up. That is Fredrington International, and then alternate. Oh, sorry, that's actually where's CCT? Is that St. John's or something? And then Lima Hector Fox X-ray. I don't know. I need to look that up actually. Right. Now we should have the route in here. There we go. 9 pages. Then for the departure, it's runway 22 right on the JFK 5 departure. We'll take a look at the charts in just a second. It's super straightforward as always here in JFK. And come on, for the arrival, I think it was westerly winds, right? So we will plan 34 left, and that's gonna be, I think, the higher to Lima is on the chart. So let's take this IMCAT. Right, activate performance, accept 284. 7.8, 31015. I think that all makes a whole lot of sense. Looking good. Now winds, and that's gonna be crazy. So from 442, I think it's gonna chip away 2 hours. Yeah, more than 2 hours of time saving due to tailwinds. Insane, actually. Quite insane. Quite insane. Right then, for the fixes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, what we do is we put in the airport, which is Charlie Yankee Yankee Tango. That is a bad viewpoint here because it's too far away to click it. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? And that is a range of... oh good god, now I don't know what to look at here. We want to put in the entry towards ETOPS, so when we get into ETOPS area, and I believe that would be 9740 4. Does that make sense? Let's see. And then the next one is Lima Echo Victor X-Ray. At a range of 459. Not sure that is. Does that make sense? Let's see how it looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so the first intersection is not interesting, which would be pretty much at point 44330 north. Now if I cross-check this on my flight plan, oh, that's something else, right? No, I think I got it wrong. So the equi-time point is actually calculated between Fredericton and Porto. Oh, I'm always getting this wrong. I find ETOPS so complicated. I've researched it like so many times and I never understand it. So why is that? I mean, St. John's is a suitable alternate airport. And until we get there, we are not outside the rings, so we are in reach of Fredericton. I mean, there's Halifax as well. Then there's St. John. And then there's the equi-time point between these two, which makes sense due to the wind. So in this area, we have ETOPS considerations. I'm just wondering why it calculates back to... Oh, yeah, why it calculates these two instead of St. John. So I do not know, to be honest, guys. I do not know. But I'm sure some of you guys know, so please put it in the comments. I really start to learn this kind of stuff. Anyhow, I will leave it as it is for the time being, and I will figure it out during the flight, hopefully. Right, for the departure, we can actually take a look here. Super simple. Kennedy 5. For 2 to right, climb heading 2 to 4. There's the gateway climb, but that's only applicable during nighttime. So climb heading 2 to 4, that's all it is. Top altitude 5000. So heading 2 to 4. Alright, then performance. Let's see. It is fairly cold. We are not that heavy as well. So I think it's gonna be fairly easy stuff. Let's see, flap 5, takeoff 146. Takeoff 1, flap 5. We could go flap 15. I think it would lower the speeds quite drastically, but fewer flaps always means better climb performance, right? So I think that's why it makes sense. 172, 179, 182. Alright, 182 going in here. Flight directors, LNAV, VNAV. We can also go heading select, but I think LNAV is good. Cool. So that's done. Anything else we did not check down here? Transponder, I mean, we're flying offline right now. It's already set TARA. Yeah, I think for the US it's fine. Ah, just few more passengers. That's a fairly good timing, actually. Let's get the APU going then. Seat belts. All right. Alright, I believe boarding is completed now. So, ground operations. Door, close all. And then, let's see, we are on APU. Yeah, now we are on APU technically. Parking brake. Coming on. Alright, everything, ground connections. Remove chocks, that should remove everything. Oxygen, let's call it tested. Flight instruments 184 indicating, what is it, 40 feet, 40 feet, 40 feet, looking good. And then we will call for a pushback. Transponder is set. Yeah. Looking good, can't wait for the departure, guys. Should be fun. Beacons,
Hello, Captain. We
fuel
are ready
pumps.
for pushback.
Waiting for the bypass pin, and then we can do the trim. Can we do it now, actually? 575. Now we need hydraulics. Okay.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, 575 coming up. Right there, and then before start checklist.
Locking gear.
Let you close log. MCP set. Takeoff speeds, we've done those. Zero preflight is completed. Trim is set. 5.75. Taxi takeoff briefing is completed. Alright.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push.
Okay, off we go. Let's get a few meters from the terminal, and then we can power up the GEs. Alright then. Starting the right one.
Clear to start engines.
What a beefy sound. Really cool stuff. Oh yeah.
tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Holy guacamole, the sound is just insane. Right, 2 good engine starts. Very good stuff. APU off, RTO, flap 5, trimmer set. We do flight control check. Full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder full left and full right. Checklist. Any eyes not required. Recall. Yes. Check flight control. Check ground equipment. We're just getting the bye-bye sign right now. Cool. Good to go. Taxi. I will be a bit of a taxi journey, although not too bad. It's not too bad. Taxi and turn off lights, and then let's get going. Alright, here we go. Runway 2 right. Coming up. Yeah, let's put on the lights. I think we're pretty much good to go then. Flying offline, so not worrying about traffic. Checklist before takeoff checklist. Flaps are set 5. That's completed. We have weather and traffic on my side. I'm happy with that, and then I am very much looking forward to this departure. That should be a visual and audible firework. Alright, let's keep the time and clock. Let's go, guys. 11.5 hour flight in the 777-300 out of JFK. Power coming up to around 50, stable. Thrust ref, toga toga. Bam. What a sound. Quick acceleration. That's gonna be a lot of wind. Yeah, 70 knots on the nose, 80 knots. Cool. Oh, it's kind of hard to keep it on the center line. What's going on today? We won. Rotate. Gusty winds. Really, really gusty. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. That wind was blowing me across the runway. Wow, that had to be one of the best flybys I ever seen. That is so good. Right. Yeah. It wants me to go a bit further to the right, which I understand, but I don't want to do so. Let's go direct ship. And let's do some more manual flying. Don't want to drop. Oh, this looks beautiful. Really nice. Yeah, let's complete the turn and then we can go flap 1. Getting the trim right. Quite doing it. It's a little bit strange on the controls today. Alright, and then we can start to retract. Now it's dropping the nose. Why is it doing that? Flaps 1. Up. It's already approaching 5,000. We can keep climbing all the way 310. Got the lights after takeoff. Checklist is completed, and I would say we are on our way. Not too bad. Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. It's a piece of art. Alright guys, I will see you on the other side. Take care, enjoy the cruise, see you later. Hello party people! First thing, we need some speed brakes. Alright then, so approaching Doha. Airport itself down there, just straight ahead, city of Doha, right there. And then yeah, we are sort of in time for sunrise, but this is very early in the day, so I don't think it's gonna be much brighter than this on the final approach. Let's see. I think once we are at the terminal, we will eventually have a bit more light. Logo lights, wing lights, right? We want to have some nice scenics. Yes, something like this. Going into the left-hand turn for the downwind. So we are landing runway 34 left. With a tailwind component. That was quite interesting. Yeah, I looked up current weather, so weather is 170 at 6. But still, they seem to be landing on the 3-4 direction, which is, I guess, the preferred direction for landing into Doha. And yeah, so we will have a tailwind component. For that matter, maybe I should actually do, or I can also get the charts right. I mean, it's not too eventful. Let's do the performance first. By the way, light. Am I happy with the light or not? Not really thought about this, but I think it's okay. Yes, still a bit high, but we are recovering. That's good. So landing en route import. That's because I saved in between. Now I'm not even sure if that's gonna work. Oh, is it? Yeah, I think it is. Landing en route. Okay. 3-4 left. Condition try. 3-5. Right, so 2-3. Now with the tailwind, question is flap 30 or flap 40. Aircon off. Yeah. Oh, what's happening? Coming into the altitude constraint. But I think we can go even lower than that. Oh, putting in power, that's not nice. No credit, outbreaks 3, BRF at 5, import weather. Yeah, there's tailwind. So that's gonna give us about 7,000 feet. Flap 25. BRF 154 is quick, right? It's thoroughly quick, but maybe flap 25 would work as well. I don't know, what would you guys choose with the tailwind component? Flap 30 or flap 25? You know what, let's go flap 30, otherwise it's gonna be a super long rollout. What's that's gonna be? Flap 30, outbreak 2. Oh, now it's actually getting brighter, interesting. Should we go outbreak 2 then? Long rollout, but then we need to taxi a lot. Let's go 3. Alright, I will leave it there now. We need to go down to 3,500 for IMCAT. We can actually turn, guys. No need to go the full way. Let's go hotel 811. Yeah, going LNF. Cool. Turning final then. And then we can manage this one a little bit. Although we need to be 2,500 actually when we get there. All right. All right, let's see. 12 miles to go. I think that's gonna be very, very scenic thing with the sun coming up behind us. 220 knots. I'm fairly happy with that. Let's see. Go around altitude will be 3,000. I need to make sure the recorder is running so we can watch the replay. Very important. For some reason FSLTL is not doing anything. Let's go flap 5. Ground is actually online. We could consider
2,500.
But now I don't have my flight plan filed anymore. That is not ideal. Let's see if I can quickly file it if this works. That would be cool. Qatar 69 Golf is filed. Let's go vpilot. Stop this then. Connect. It's a thorough last minute dial in. Oh shit, now I'm late for the config. Gear down, flap 15. What speed am I looking at? 146 then. Don't know the ground frequency as well. This is armed. Now coming in hot. Are we gonna be stable? Yeah, I think we will eventually.
$1,000.
All right. Last minute setup. Let's take the aircraft. Oh, why is it pitching down? Trim is not correct. There we go. Correcting. All right. Let's call it stable. Landing checklist should be all green.
500.
Yeah, tailwinds. 6 knots of tailwinds, but that's okay.
400.
I feel like that's not the best prepared approach.
300.
Alright.
Approaching minimums.
Continue.
200. Minimums.
Oh, that's minimums. Continue. Looking okay.
100.
Very little flare in the 777. We need to remember that.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And come on. There we go. Reverse. Reverse green. Decel. Flying down the nose wheel. And there we go. That turned out to be quite nice, actually. I always have a tendency to then pull back the yoke too much. Let's take this exit. Not sure when the next high-speed one is coming. But this time I really forced myself to not flare too much, and it turned out quite nice. Now we need 122 to 5. Oh, holy shit. Hamad ground, good evening. Qatar 600 Golf turning on Kilo.
Sorry, 600 Golf from ground, hello to you. Take a version 31 Kilo, left on Lima 3, Whiskey 3, stand Charlie 1, 2.
Kilo Lima 3 Whiskey 3 stand Charlie 1 2 for Qatar 600 Golf. Alright, so that's set. And then let's see, what do we need to do? Clean up, yeah, I have done, that's okay. Speed brakes. Everything a bit out of sync here. Landing lights, wing lights, strobe lights. Okay, good. Now I need to get an orientation. Lima 3, Whiskey 3, Charlie 1, 2. Where is that gonna be? Lima 3. Whiskey 3, Charlie 1, 2. Okay. I think I got it figured out.
Sorry, 101 with information, India PDC with us, stand Charlie 10,
next
ready
to
for push.
the A350s.
3101 on my ground, hello, push that is approved, face north on with door, please. Facing north on Whiskey for Qatar 101.
That config seems to be
Qatar 101, just confirm Whiskey
wrong.
1. Whiskey 1 for Qatar 101.
Yeah, we're pretty much spot on already, so I'm gonna leave it here. Alright. Parking brake then. APU is running, so we can kill engine
Sorry,
2.
go focus Doha, have a lovely evening, bye bye.
Engine number 2 shutting down, or the right engine is shutting down. Fuel pumps. Off, 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 and off. Beacons, let's leave logos on, just because it's nice. Shutdown checklist. Parking brake is set, cool, and then we can ask for deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Get to the doors page, ground ops, doors, disarm wall. Well, look at that. That turned out to be quite nice, being on the network now.
Hamad ground, very good evening. Qatari 8
that's loud,
Mike,
wait.
8 Charlie 18 with India request clearance to Melbourne, please.
Let's do that. Alright. Guys, we've made it to Doha. That was a cool flight. That was a cool flight, actually. I feel like flying offline most of the time didn't do this flight full justice. But how awesome is this livery? I really like that one. Yeah, I stay with my previous verdict that this has to be probably the coolest livery on Qatar I have yet seen. Really, really stunning stuff. And yeah, also cool to be flying the 777 again. Always works like a charm, flying the 777. Alright folks, I think this completes the flight. For the next one, if I actually manage to stick to my schedule, for the next one we will actually be taking the A340 into Kai Tak in Hong Kong. So stay tuned for that. I hope that I can do it on a day where there's ATC coverage into Kai Tak as well. That would be really cool, but yeah, I already prepped for it. I did a test approach into Kai Tak. It's awesome. It is really awesome. So that's gonna be a cool one as well. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.